tonight.
From Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh.
It's time for Monday Night Football on EA Sports. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Miami Dolphins.
Oh, the cold weather certainly helping set the stage for what should be a physical primetime contest at Pittsburgh's Acrisure Stadium. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we look at this Steeler ball club entering play. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game, so they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. They'll be led out by the former Hoosier, their rookie quarterback from Indiana.
And what I loved about meeting with him before the game was talking to a guy who takes ownership of his performance. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions last week, but all he focused on was the loss, okay? And he did say, if I change my stats a little bit, not necessarily for me to look better, but that'll help my team.
Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. Even with that broken tackle, can't get very far. Stops short of the 30. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. The numbers for Washington in last week's contest. 8 catches, 66 yards. On the ground, this is Devon Achane. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On third down, he'll drop to throw. This is Ertz on the pitch and catch. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. They're going to look to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That's good for a first down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And that one too wide and incomplete. 2nd and 10. Up the middle, Achane. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Now back to throw. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. A run straight ahead with Achane. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
And he'll be brought down well short of the first at about the 9-yard line. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And this defense holds firm here on the opening drive of the night. Well, they miss an opportunity to put some points on the board on the opening drive. They pass on the field goal. What'd you think?
I'm looking at it from a positive standpoint for them. First drive of the game, they set the tone, right? They go downfield. They let them know how aggressive they're going to be all game long. Even though they don't get it, because it's the first drive of the game, you're not that worried about it. Hey, we got plenty of other opportunities as this game moves on.
And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. The first carry now. This is Johnson. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. They'll come up 2nd and 7. Throwing is Rodgers. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down. They'll give up the middle to Johnson. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Rodgers now on first down. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. They'll give this to Achane. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. They'll set up to throw. That is caught. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. No score after 1 on EA Sports. It's Dolphins football here as we begin the 2nd quarter. On the handoff, it's Achane. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. Achane on the counter. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. Again, it's Achane. And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. Devon Achane. His 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. On 2nd down, Johnson.
Yeah, he'll fight for a couple as the tackle is made at about the 32.
The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. Here's Rodgers to throw.
Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. Yards on the return following a punt of 41.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
1st down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
Yeah, they dipped a game below 500 following the loss last week. And you get the sense that maybe this team's at a little bit of a crossroads here.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it because what's that old malaprop? If you come to a fork in the road, take it. Because this crew, they're losing ground fast. They've got to start winning some ball games. And the good teams, they're starting to separate themselves, and these guys are being left behind.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Now a 2nd and 10. A run now from Achane.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown.
Devon Achane
with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half.
And the Dolphins have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
You get in a 2nd and long situation down here in the red zone, I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass. Let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground, and he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that'll make the score 14-0. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. The Steeler offense set to regain possession.
And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay.
Rodgers' throw caught here by Metcalf.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Up the middle, Johnson. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Rodgers now to throw.
He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. It's a gain of 34. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Into the red zone. It's Rodgers.
And here's Freiermuth again.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And it's 2nd down.
Now run straight ahead with Warren.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it first and goal. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. Second and goal from the 1.
Johnson is into the end zone for a Steeler touchdown.
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7. So that one an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They're starting to pull away with this one. Early on that first quarter, they didn't look so great offensively. What has changed?
Sometimes you just put that all together and you execute. Other times it's just a simple adjustment in your game plan, finding a spot that maybe was a little...
And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown.
An excellent play there, CD, on the pick 6. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick 6.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
As they take over with exactly 1 minute to go.
They'll try and start this drive in the air.
Now a short pass pulled in by Washington.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be second down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away, and now it's third. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on 4th down.
Now a short pass pulled in by Washington.
And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a first down. Working from the gun, Rodgers.
A short one there to Freiermuth.
The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Rodgers to throw on second down. Over the middle, that's caught by Metcalf. And in for the Steelers touchdown. DK Metcalf. As the first half is winding down.
And the Steelers have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half.
Boswell good with the extra point. And the lead is now 21-14. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. 2nd and 1. This is Ertz on the pitch and catch. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to launch it for Washington. That is incomplete. So we reach halftime here in the Steel City with the Steelers on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin up at US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. J.J. McCarthy, 5 touchdown passes, leading his guys to the victory. From there, let's stay in the Midwest and head down to Kansas City to check on the Chiefs at Arrowhead. And things didn't go so well, as it was the visiting Raiders who come in and grab the victory. Geno Smith, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. Lastly, let's get up to Buffalo to check on the Bills. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting Jacksonville Jaguars. Josh Allen, strong as usual in the victory, as his guys run their record now to 7-3.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. Here's Mecole Hardman. On some hitting going on now. This has been a tight game, and he takes a big shot there on the return. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now, but let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. They frustrated these receivers tonight, really held down the passing game, but there got the penalty.
Fine line between aggressive, good coverage, and interference, and they crossed it on that play.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. On play action, Rodgers. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A great play there with him
the second touchdown of the night. And the Steelers take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead now up to 14. 5 plays there on that drive. And it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
Finding space at the 40 as he'll get this one up to the 44-yard line. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down. Back to throw. Pushes him over. Now a short pass pulled in by Washington. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And he'll get it right back to Washington. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaken up on the play. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Now Achane on 1st and 10. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. On play action, they'll throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. They're looking at a 2nd and 8 now from the 10. He'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Now the terrible towels in full force now as the Steelers get set to defend this 3rd and long. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Touchdown! Darnell Washington, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins are back within a score. Sanders on for the extra point. He's got it, and they're back within a touchdown at 28-21. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it winds up in 6 points for the Dolphins. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Here's Hardman on the return. And able to get this out to the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Still enjoying the lead here in the 3rd quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. Now Rodgers. A short one there to Freiermuth. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down. Now it's Rodgers. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. inside the 10, and he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Dolphins touchdown. Well, they matched their opponent's pick six from earlier. Those are some crucial points that may prove pretty consequential as to how this one plays out.
And Brandon, I think now we're not just watching how they move around the field, but we're checking their psychology out a little bit, aren't we? Because that defense, they're about to go right back out with all the momentum on their side. As for the opposing offense, you wonder if there's going to be some hesitation to lean entirely on the passing game to try and mount a counterattack.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. Now Rodgers to try again after the pick six. Into space at the 45. And finally brought down right at the midfield stripe. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. Now a play fake. Rodgers. Short throw going to be caught by Waller.
Yeah, that one was covered pretty well because they were trying to leak the tight end out into the flat. I think they were hoping he could catch it, turn upfield, and pick up the first down.
They'll hand it off now. Johnson able to avoid him at the 40. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. So not a lineman, but the tight end instead this time, drawing the holding call.
And more what you're getting with tight ends are guys who are much more receiver than blocker. They may be willing, but that might not be their thing. Oftentimes, they'll be the ones getting the penalties.
Now here's a throw that's complete. Just a gain of a couple there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now Rodgers. To the right side and complete to Washington. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 12-yard line. Shotgun now for Rodgers. He finds Austin complete. It's going to be a nice pickup, but he also takes a pretty good lick at the end of that one. From the 6 now on 2nd and 3. A handoff for Warren. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. To throw, it's Rodgers. And he's got it. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to break our 4th quarter tie. Boswell's kick is good, and they have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Now a short pass pulled in by Washington. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
On 1st down, back to Achane. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Oh, no, he lost the football. Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the 2nd half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession. Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. So the failure to convert, no doubt, really hurts. But this one's not over. A good chunk of time on the clock and the timeouts.
Yeah, not only do they have the timeouts, as you just noted, they're going to get an extra one with the 2-minute warning. And that's going to help them big way. So in a sense, they have 4 timeouts in their pocket. The big thing, stopping them on defense now. They can't let them get a 1st down and make them use their timeouts and get a fresh set of downs. They've got to stop them right here. And if so, they've still got an opportunity.
They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line. They go to Johnson again. And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now a handoff, Johnson. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. They'll run it with Johnson.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter. They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. To throw is Rodgers. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he is going to have a Steeler 1st down. All smiles on that sideline. That should be the one to do it. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. And this defense, they needed that one more stop to have any chance, but that completion, that's likely going to seal their fate.
And you could hear it in your voice, that one more stop.
I feel their pain.
Oh, it was so important. They just didn't get it done. Wow, what a way to finish this one off.
So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for the Steelers, the win keeps them barely hanging on to their playoff hopes as they move to 4-7. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, it was a game they really needed as they drop back to 4-6. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports.
The Steelers earn the win at home as we say so long from Pittsburgh.